do? I actually am as you see, is home designer. I studied architecture, but what I am up to these days is my book is about how we can improve our living space to make a better lifestyle. Everybody thinks, okay, I can renovate and get a better looking room or home or building or whatever, or even if you were building a new house. But it's not just about that. We basically help our clients to get a better lifestyle. Changing their mindset is the whole lifestyle change and lifestyle design, rather than just a four walls and the floor and ceilings. We help them, especially my book is about more of like baby boomers generations who are starting thinking of how they can what is going to happen if they become retired, or when they're getting older, how they can live in a place that can be adapted or adjusted to their lifestyle, because it's they're not as mobile as a younger person anymore, and their balances changes, their lifestyle is changes. We have to adapt their lifestyle to their age, and as a result, whatever we're going to do inside their living space has to be adapted in terms of physical and mental health. So these are all aspects that I talk to many, most of the podcasts that I talk to, and all that kind of things.
Excellent, man. That sounds awesome. So do you work one-on-one with clients then to kind of specialize in their needs? Is that way? So you design and architect homes specifically for your customers?
In general, yes, but my mission is to bring awareness to not only the design community, but even to the public in general, to what they can expect from their home to improve their emotions, their like, for example, you have a background in behind you. What does that represent? Why you chose that? The same thing, the decoration that you put in your home or your living space or your workspace. You choose those things based on your desire for something. If you're looking for getting if you have a goal in your life, you want, like, have you ever heard of a vision board?
Yes.
People put vision boards to make a goal for themselves. Okay, I want be that person 5 years later, or I want to achieve that accomplishment. So what I try to do is bring that vision board to the whole house. It doesn't have to be an object, but I design in such a way that when they wake up in the morning, they get that inspiration. I just want to get up this morning and move forward toward my goal. I want to take action today. So that is what makes my design and my goal differently than anybody else.
Wow, that is fascinating. That is crazy. So when you were speaking about that, I automatically thought, like, people use their subconscious thoughts into why we kind of decorate our homes. And it's like you're tapping into that almost to kind of help people achieve their goals, different colors, we react to different colors of rooms. Exactly. And things like that. Wow, that is absolutely fascinating, man.
These are connected to, is going to be connected to our main conversation, or we're just starting though? How is going to be the situation? Are we just keep talking?
Yeah, just keep on going, man.
Okay. So let's say, for example, have you ever been in a place that when you enter, you just feel energetic? You feel, oh my God, this place has a lot of positive energy. I keep just enjoying to be here. Or another place that you go and you just feel calm and get the tranquility of that place hits you, and you just want to feel relaxed and cozy. Another place, you just feel inspired. You go to a place that it's like, or even when you go to a restaurant has a theme of all the celebrities or actors, or about the cars, or about the music, or about antiques or something like that. So if we enjoy those kind of places, why we cannot create the same thing in our living space, in our workspace? Like teenagers, for example. When you see a teenager, most of the teenager, when you go to their room, you just get, oh my God, all the walls, everything is full of things that they enjoy with that. I mean, why when they grow up, we shy away from that? Why we don't feel that we can be teenager again and show off our personality, show off our emotions on our walls and our furniture, on everything around us. So that I want to bring back the emotions that we have as teenage time, or in that era of our time, bring back to my clients, say, hey, you got to get a goal in your life you don't have. And then if you got that goal, you have to show that in your living space. Is it a house? Is it a condo? Is it a rental? I was talking to another podcaster the other day. She says, you know what, I'm in a rental place. What can I do to make my place to be desirable for myself? I said, whatever that you feel comfortable, photo, an image, something that it's represent you, and blow up that one in a huge one and hang it on the wall. Whenever you see that, it reminds you of who you are, and celebrate your personality, celebrate the emotions that you have. You don't have to be shy away if you have people coming over and say, hey, what the hell is that? This is me. This is what I am. And if you're welcoming me, or if you welcome my personality, you got to be basically adapting your mindset to what I'm basically representing in my room.
Wow, I'm getting like an energy right now of excitement. And like, I love it. I love what you're saying, man. I totally agree. Like, our homes are supposed to be a place of rest, of restoration. It's supposed to be a place where we feel comfortable. It's an extension of our mind,
Exactly.
And
or partying or celebrating
or whatever you want it to be. Yeah. And man, that is so cool, man.
Like, so cool. What is our home represent anyway? Our home is where we celebrate our moments, our achievements, our sorrow. Sometimes we feel sad. Sometimes we feel comfortable. Sometimes we want to relax. Sometimes we want to, I don't know. I mean, any emotions you can think of, we have to. That is where our home contains of. If you feel a lot of sadness, the energy that you create will stay in that space. So when a person who is getting in a depression, I have to switch that now to the healing part. When a person is getting in a depression, its mindset is basically getting to the negative part of his life or her life, that is amplifying that over and over and over. See, our brain is producing energy every second, every milliseconds. And this energy either producing the energy that requires for our body to survive, at the same time producing energy for our mind, our thoughts, and our thoughts comes back to us. And not only that, it basically expressed in the room that we are in. Have you ever seen somebody coming to your room and then you see, or to visit you, and you see the guy is has a negative energy, or some kind of like you don't feel kind of happy with him? So absolutely, that negative energy stays in that room. And if that room it's not basically ventilating or recycling that energy, will stay there for as long as you are there. And then that negative energy will be transferring to you as well. Or even if you are the person who is producing that negative energy, that room will contain that negative energy. So what we got to do is making sure you have the recycling aspect of the room, that it can recycle the negative energy and create a positive energy. Then your negative mindset will not stay with you for so long, because it's okay sometimes you're sad. It's okay sometimes you don't feel comfortable, or you're not pumped for your whatever it is. It's just that your nature. It is our nature. We're human. It's either because of the weather, it's because of something happened bad to us. But the point is how long we can keep that negative energy. We cannot carry on all this negativity for so long. That's why if we have somebody passed away within our family, we had to let it go. Yeah, it's it is sad to see some of our loved ones passed, but if we keep continuing the moral and the sadness and all that kind of things, it's just we cannot keep on with our life as well, and we're gonna get sick and we're gonna die as well. So that's why we have to recycle that negative energy to create the positivity to become healthy, because the negative mindset creates sickness, it creates disease, or diseases. It could be mental, could be physical, and as a matter of fact, mental sicknesses create a lot of physical diseases. So that's why it's so important. It's so important to have a room full of positive energy for your physical health.
There is absolutely. I sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you when you were talking, but there's a lot to unpack right there. There's so many directions we can go with that. So we're talking about clearing homes of energy. We're talking about restoring positive energy in our homes, right?
Yes.
And you do that through design. So
have you ever heard of feng shui?
I have. Chinese? That's actually when you were talking, I wrote that down right on my paper, feng shui, because I was going to ask you, are we talking about feng shui? Are we talking about, like saging rooms and clearing that negative energy?
It's a combination of all. See, the feng shui, if you're new to it, you just feel that it's, you might feel sometimes it's full of superstitious, but it's not. It's when you check, I mean, of course, there's some part of it, it's a little become more of a superstitious, but there's a lot of science behind that. There's a lot of knowledge behind that, which at that 2,000 years ago, 2,500 years ago, was not clear for the general public. And that's why the philosophers, they brought up in such a way that it became like a religion. So people were doing it religiously without knowing what is that point. Like, for example, when you have a entry door and exit door in the same aligned, what does that mean that you shouldn't have in such an arrangement? Is because at that time creating a heat in a room was expensive vendor. It was not cheap to make a room warm because there was not as much insulation.
Mm-hmm.
And they say the money goes from your pocket. You lose money if they say fortune will be going from your life if you have your front door and exit door in the same line. So what that's basically mean is creating draft. When you have a draft in your home, you just lose all your heating bill. Basically, you're paying extra money to your hydro or gas company just to heat up your space. At that time, maybe it was a different source of heating, but at the same, basically, is the point is make sure your home is designed in such a way that you have ventilation, but at the same time, it doesn't create the draft that you're losing the heat. That's why what I'm saying, recycling energy could have a different aspect, could be bringing natural light to your living space that kills off all the bad bacteria, because the energy of sun does a lot of healing. and having a good ventilation system creates that aroma of, that maybe it could be from the food, could be from your socks, could be from anything that you have a bad aroma. That recycles that, and there's a lot of other elements that we don't have any actual physical formula for it, but they exist in our room, that when you enter sometimes in the morning, especially when you wake up in the morning, if you go to your room, you can feel that whole night that aroma was stuck there, and when you open the door you can feel it. But because that room is not being recycled or ventilated properly, or doesn't have enough sunshine to basically kill all the bacteria. So the combination of all ancient philosophy and knowledge, as well as basically the physical mindset, how like physics and science, how it works together. Basically, architecture is a combination of art and physics. And what I do, I add psychology and philosophy to that, to make a much more compelling combination to our modern lifestyle.
Oh, that's fascinating, man. That is truly fascinating. Because mental health should be on the front burner. You know what I mean? Like, we need to take care of our mental health and live in spaces where we're feeling uplifted and like we can express who we are. And that the fact that you're helping people raise their vibrations through more positive living styles, is awesome. And that is a way to counter the negativity that is so widely spread on this planet,
Yeah, in my book called Beyond Ages, what I explained that is, I have within the last 15 years, I especially worked a lot with baby boomers who either wanted to downsize or change their living space to adapt with their new vendor or new lifestyle that they are coming toward them. Either they wanted to add a suite in their home that they could add extra income, because when they become retired, they're not going to work, but they have the possibility to add in US they call it ADU, which is a rental unit that you can have and add extra stream of income for your retirement. Or maybe their kids were coming back to them to live with them, so there was some adjustment that they had to do in their lifestyle that I was helping them. And I chose a couple of them that how I helped they to increase their lifestyle in terms of adding better value, either because of either they wanted to, they're a young person like you wanted to have their mom to come to live with them because of their they had a younger kid and they want grandma to live with them or something like that, or an older generation who wanted to live in a house that can fit their physical challenges they're gonna eventually later on in their age face, and they don't want to go to senior homes or something like that. They want to be in home care and everything would be within their neighborhood. That is one part, which is storytelling of how I helped my clients. And the other section is how physically we can arrange our homes to make it more age friendly. The same way, for example, as I said, when you have a kid, when you're baby proof your home to adjust your home based on the need. Why we don't do that when we come age? Why we don't age proof our home? So physically how we adapt our home to that need. And the third part was this basically holistic view of our home, how we can improve our mindset and our living standard to match to our holistic point of lifestyle, which creates a better mental awareness of ourselves, we can create a better mental sharpness by reintroducing our previous goals or bringing new goals into our life. And the book is on Amazon. Everybody can is welcome to take a look and purchase it. The link is beyond-ages.com. That I chose the name, you might ask, because so many people asking how you come up with that name. It's because I'm dealing with, see, some of my readers are not in that age of lack of ability or trouble with ability. They are getting to that age. They're like a 60s or 65 or 70, and they're still healthy. And they don't want to call themselves senior. They don't want to call, they are looking for aging in place, because aging in place is something common in the industry for that particular age set. But I wanted to make sure that I'm not offending anybody in terms of, oh, you're an old guy or old person that you want to improve your home. I want to make sure that we are still young and we live in beyond our ages, because today's 50s are like yesterday's 40s. Today's 60s is like yesterday's 50s, right? People are living longer, healthier. So, but in maybe physically we are healthier, but we are getting a lot of mental breakdowns because of following news and all the things from media and all that kind of things. Our mental health is getting very scratched right now. We have to work on that.
Absolutely, man. I couldn't agree more. I know in my personal life, I've felt this need to really kind of get back to the basics a little bit and, put that mental health on the front burner. And I spend a lot of time outdoors in nature. So naturally my home is, it's pretty nature based. I have some beach wood that I have hung up in the dining room and some vines on, I love like the nature feel, I actually call it the Druid sanctuary, and
I love it.
I love it as well, and like, that's kind of, that helps me, you know what I mean? Cause it's like, it's a calming atmosphere. I love that calming atmosphere of the home, but, absolutely.
That's like when you see my background. I love nature like you. I love every day I go to run in a park. I love to be in a nature. That's why most of the scenes that you see in my background are showing nature and the calming.
Yeah. Do you play the guitar too? I see a guitar back there in the corner.
That is that shows the love of music. Even though since I was 20. I loved to learn the guitar, but I tried several times. Always work somehow came first, and it hurt my finger several times, so I didn't really learn how to play.
I'm in the same boat. I have a guitar in the studio, but it's not mine; it's my brother's, and I cannot play an instrument to save my life. I've tried and tried, but he, on the other hand, he's pretty good. So
good.
Yeah,
I mean, that is the love of the music, anyway.
Yeah. What kind of music do you like?
I used to like hard rock a lot.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd and even Lloyd. That may not many people know about them, or Scorpions and.
I love all those guys. Man. Van Halen, the '80s. Man, I really wish I would have grown up in the '80s and kind of got to experience some of the.
Since I'm married, my wife always in the car listens to different type of music, which I don't disagree, but it's not my type. I mean, I can handle it. As soon as she's out of there, I just put my music in.
Right.
Yeah, when I'm in my workplace or at home, I used to always, before, was regardless of where I am, I always had the music on. But now, most of the time that I'm in the car, I'm listening to music, and it happens a lot that I'm in the car driving here and there. and my streaming software plays. Either I have the choice of going to podcasts. I listen to podcasts that talking about personal development, that I want to keep my mind tuned always, because either you have to read books at least once in a week or something like that. That I try. I don't read books, but I listen to books. But if I don't have that opportunity, because I want to keep my mind sharp, to be on always on the go to learn something new, then I listen to podcasts who are about self-improvement and personal development. And then whenever I'm tired of that, I want to take a break. Either I listen to, as you mentioned, nature music, which is more about relaxing, and sometimes boring for my wife or my kid. But when they're there, just change it right away. Right. Or classical music. Or when I'm really in a mood that I want to listen to something that pumps me up, I listen to hard rock.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah, that's awesome. So what's the name of your book then?
Beyond Ages, and the subtitle is A Smooth Transition to Independent Living.
Okay.
To an independent living. Yeah. I'll show you.
Yeah.
This is the one.
Look at that. Okay. Independent living. Awesome, man. Awesome. And I don't know what our time is here. Thanks for coming on today, man. I really appreciate it. I wasn't sure if I'd get anybody or not. I had a spot open up, and I'm
glad you did. So I had an opening in my schedule as well, so I jumped in.
Heck yeah. I'm going to I'll send you a personal message, or if you want to shoot me one, and I'll get your email from you. And
you need it right now, or I can
after the show, or whatever, when we're done, and I'll send you the links of it when it's done and completed. Awesome. And everything, and connect with you that
I would like to share it with my community as well.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. When you were going into the detail about that, I'm serious. Like, I got an energy inside that.
Very good.
I'm just like excitement, man. And I'm really glad we did this.
Awesome.